Welcome, Aquarius Pisces, to your February beginning of the month reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new to my channel, welcome, welcome. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. This message for Aquarius Pisces, what they're thinking, feeling, or the energy surrounding you. There's no give and take within a relationship, feeling that somebody's holding back. If you know that somebody was supposed to repay you something, you could feel like they're either holding back from repaying you whatever it is that you're supposed to be paid, or holding a grudge. Maybe it's 2 in 1. Maybe they're not going to repay because they are holding a grudge. I feel 2 different scenarios over here. Someone is either holding a grudge or they're not going to repay you what they're supposed to pay you. Clarifying on that is choose wisely is up in reverse. Interesting. That's very interesting. It's really showing the scattered energies of unrealistic expectations prevent you from attaining what you desire, because this person is not going to give you what you want. So you're almost to the point where it feels like your energy is so scattered about whether or not they're actually going to come back to give you what they need to give you. How are you going to choose wisely within that vision and goal, and having the options of what needs to be obtained within a situation if you feel that this person is more focused on what their needs are, and maybe it's even an emotional thing as well. But it just feels like it's going to be hard to choose wisely in the situation when they are holding back from you. Take it how it resonates. But it keeps you from kind of moving forward with the situation. Going straight into the present. Yeah, you clearly can see what's going on. In the recent past, there was getting past this disruption. I think at one time, intuition, I think at one time you did think that they were actually going to give what they needed to give, whether it was an emotional thing, whether it was your money back, however it is, my friends. And I think that, you let the disruption finally kind of come to an end. Maybe they actually, either you came to the conclusion that they're just not going to give this to you, or maybe they actually were going to give this to you and you gave them more time, saying, fine, you know what, I'm not going to push on you anymore. I'm not going to allow this to disrupt the situation at hand, my life. However, I'll give you the time that's needed. Now you're like coming to the conclusion with your third eye chakra, which is definitely the intuition, seeing that this definitely is not going to work. They are not going to give you what you are looking for, right? So definitely there is a holding back. So with this disruption over here, is almost like it's taking it out of control, and it was almost to the point where you were trying to fix the situation. You're tired of being pushed against the wall about the situation. You're tired of the aches, the pains, the waiting, however it is. Yeah. And it was almost like, you could clearly see that, well, actually, then you couldn't clearly see that by making them surrender. I think that they did try to surrender to you. I think that they made it sound like they were going to give you what you wanted. But in the end, it was, the whole situation kind of lost its luster over here. The whole fight just kind of fell apart. I do think that they tried to tell you, though, that they were going to do so, or they were trying to progress towards you to do so, but with ill intents. And the ill intents was, oh, in the end, they ended up ghosting you about the situation right when you thought everything was going to be fine. So it's kind of crazy. It's almost like as soon as I let everything go, and you say everything's fine and I'm going to progress towards the situation, or I'll give you your money back, or however it is. They never did. They just ended up cold shouldering you and ghosting you. So now you can plainly see that this situation is not going to move into the direction that you want it to. So, yeah. You're not dealing with it anymore. Look, the good news that you gave to yourself was that pretty much, look, there's a judgment call over here that just says, look, I can plainly see you're not going to do this. I can see that you want to continue to play games with me. So I am not going to even try to go that way. Look, they're playing themselves a fool over here by not doing whatever they're doing. And it just feels like you really literally see right through the situation now. Okay. I mean, you have enough discernment and understanding over here with the judgment to plainly see what decision they have made. The decision that they have made out of any retrospective to the situation is that they are not going to come towards you. They are not going to travel towards you. They are not going to do what they said they're going to do. So it's almost like maybe you've kind of given up the ghost on this situation as well. You might have to take a loss for this, though, too, if it was some kind of money or something you actually had to do that had to do with some kind of money, prosperities, gains, anything of that. It's kind of crazy, though, because even though you know that they kind of ghosted you about the situation, it's almost like they're still sitting over here kind of self-assured about the situation. They may even be still kind of saying, no, I'm going to do that. It's like, really, but you ghosted me in the end, and now you're going to come back in the present and tell me that you're self-assured that you're going to give that to me? I am not even going to do this. They're trying to give you a compromise about the situation, and the only compromise you've gotten out of the situation is, I'm not going to play the game anymore. You're more self-assured about where the situation is going and what's actually taking place, and not going to fight about it anymore. I'm definitely not going to defend any of it. It looks like you're just moving on the way you want to move on, but it does feel like they are moving closer to you. But there's definitely still not giving you what you want. The hope, the promise, and the gain of the situation which they're holding back from you is still there. It's almost like Aqua Pisces, you're saying, then I'm going to make a transition away from this situation and I'm going to let it all go. Because I know for a fact, all these phone calls, all these things that you're saying is just a part of you trying to compromise a situation, you trying to con your way out of it, however it is, right? But you're not really doing what you're supposed to be doing. The only new direction that you can see is a new, clear path to something else, because where you were trying to move towards them, it's not going to happen. There is definitely a grass that's greener on your other side, right? Where other choices and decisions could be made about the situation. So I feel like whatever loss you had to take out of this situation, there is better hope for you. You're just going to have to end this and know that this is actually coming to a conclusion. So I feel like you're going to really 100% close the chapter on this person, this idea, this whatever they're supposed to be doing. But I think it's crazy that they want to keep coming back. It might be guilt that they know that they do owe you this, or that they're supposed to be doing this, that, and the other, or if they're supposed to be giving out emotions, you're not going to do this relationship anymore, however it is. And it just feels like they're juggling around. Because I feel like with the juggling, it's flip-flopping. You keep telling me you're going to give me it, that you're going to give me what you're supposed to be giving me. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the Ten of Cups. I'm waiting for you to do so. But they keep flip-flopping all over the place. So how are you supposed to do so? It's almost like he keeps saying, okay, I'll do this and I'll do that, or I'll give you your money, or I'll do this, I'll give it to you on Tuesday, and then it never happens. Either that or they flip-flop on the days, right? And then on some days, if it's love and you're looking for them to emotionally actually give you some emotionally attention and actually be emotional, it could be flip-flopping as well. One day they're super happy and the next day, they're doing it again. It's like, I give you all this attention and then you can't give back to me, or you only give what you want to give. So it doesn't feel balanced. There definitely is a balancing act over here, and it feels like they are flip-flopping on the balance. Can't keep themselves together over here on whatever it is. Your intuition in the new, I mean, like your intuition over here is already there, right? Your discernment's already, I already know it's not going to happen. Now your intuition is still kicking, and you've come to conclusion, if I continue down this road, I'm not going to get the Knight of Cups that I want with this person. So I'm going to have to definitely look to higher ground, and look around and separate myself from this situation. If you feel that they are giving their love to someone else, if it's in that area, my friends, okay, this is for those of you who it does resonate on that side, you could feel like they're giving more love to someone else than yourself, and they're flip-flopping between the two of you, juggling two people, and you're saying, I'm done. Because you want to be the king of your own castle. You want to have the stability where you want the stability, and this is not being stable. If anything, you feel like this is very unstable behavior that you're having from them, or you may just feel like they're unstable in the whole situation. Where's my damn money? Where's my love? Where's what you owe me, right? However it is. Yeah, and the more that you keep watching them come and go and flip-flop and back and forth and all of this behavior, it's kind of funny because they ghosted you about the situation, then they want to come back and flip-flop and try to make a compromise about the situation, and then in the near future, they're still kind of doing the same thing. It almost feels like a game. Because it's almost like the more that you watch, the more that they come to the conclusion that choose wisely. There we go. The choices and decisions are not being made. You still don't see anything. It's all like you talk, but there's no walk. It's almost like there might even be a conning situation. You've just come to the conclusion that if you don't get out of the situation, it's just going to piss you off more and more and more, because it's actually now kind of infuriating you, because the more you watch them do what they're doing and listening to what they're saying and then not getting it done, it's actually frustrating, right? It's kind of, like I said, peeing you off, right? Because now I see the anger coming through. And that's because they're trying to tell you, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. And then you're, oh, wait till Friday. I got this Friday. And then they come to see you on Friday and they ain't got it in hand. Or they're not giving it what you wanted. And, however it is. So it does feel, and I think some of you is a third party situation, and I think they put you on the back burner for this other person, and where they're saying maybe that they're not giving up on the other person. Maybe they're telling you they gave up on the other person. Maybe they said they don't get involved with their ex anymore. And the more you watch, the more they're doing so. So no matter what the situation is, it does feel like it's all talk. It's all talk, no action. All it's going to do is just end up getting you upset, like I said, where you're supposed to be happy, and then it just ends up putting you right back into the place of Eight of Swords. It just causes confusion. It gets you into a place where you're kind of locked in your mind because you don't understand what the hell is wrong with the person, right? And so then you get mad again. So it's almost like they play with your emotions over here, and it gets frustrating. Or it's kind of like they move towards you, then they move away. However it is, right? It's how it is. It's almost confusing in its own right, because it's like they really just don't want to do this situation. If it's a money situation, they may have spent the money. They had the money, then they spent the money. Then they're going to come and tell you, I can't give you back the money because I spent the damn money. Well, but if you had all the money, then why didn't you give it to me? Why did you spend it? Oh, well, I had to spend it. And then over here, it just feels like it's all lies. I'm sorry. In the near future, it just feels like over here, it feels like, yeah, I've got it and everything's going to be fine. Then they go and spend the money. Why? Because of the spending. The Nine of Pentacles. So they could have went and gambled it all away. They could have done something of the nature, if that's what you guys are dealing with, those of you who that resonates with. Okay, in the near future, it's just lies. I'm sorry, it's just all lies. There's too many threes over here. It's just all he said, she said, I gave it this and I did that, and it's worrisome. It's very worrisome. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Oh, it's worrisome because it's just all super talk. And then over here, it's almost like if you guys are in a third party and they said that they weren't going back to their ex, it's like they did go back to where the grass, they believe that the ex was where the grass was greener. And you're saying, well, that's fine because I just believe my grass is greener over here anyways. So I do feel like the grass is greener on both sides of this situation, meaning that you believe that without them, the grass is greener. And then they could say, the grass is greener with my ex, this Capricorn, right? This Sag Cap, whoever. Or this Cancer, however it is. But, so I do feel like there's something, either that or they gambled all the money away. They spent it all. They might have some compulsive, I can't use the word. Let's see, another word for that word. Behavior. They're kind of A-Bing over here. They're A-Bing the situation. Some kind of substance. A-B. Can't use that word, you guys, okay? Because I'll get demonetized. It's a big no-no. So I hope it rhymes with muse. Okay, just add A-B. That's how I got it. Because that's the only thing I think of. Is that maybe they have something that they're addicted to. That's a good one. There's a good one. And they misuse it. That's only the closest I can get to A-Bing. And it does suck I can't use that word, but they take it on a whole nother level from what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. So I would say that that's pretty much how I would see that situation, is that no matter what, they're misusing everything that they're doing, okay? I don't care if it's not with another person, because then they would still be misusing and mistreating you and them as well, because then they would have them in a third party situation. And if the third party situation is literally some kind of gambling or anything like that, it's definitely showing up. That no matter what, you're not going to get what you want. I don't know if you're ever going to get what you want out of this situation, my friends. I mean, I don't know. Usually I would say, well, in a couple of months, we'll see how they turn out. But I don't know about this one. This one's a little, like, they're kind of set in their ways. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like they're in control of this situation, and they've got all their cards kind of in a row. So I would feel like they already feel like they have a little castle and they're sitting in it, and they just kind of, wherever they flick, is where they're going to do what they want to do to everybody and anything around them. So I'm not really sure how that one's going to work. We will see in the near future, though, how that works if it comes back out. But for now, I see that as they're pretty stubborn and pretty stuck in the way of doing what they do. And they literally, for some of you, could just be literal con artists. I see that with the devil upside down. I just really, really wanting to con anything and everything in their path. No matter what it is. Very interesting. Okay, my friends, until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.